A pleasant evening to you all. In today's summary, High Court Chief Justice Ronnie Govinden has sentenced the man to 28 years in prison in a child sexual abuse case. The convicted former police officer was also convicted in another previous case of abuse.
A 35-year-old man has been sentenced to 28 years in prison for sexual abuse in a case where his victim was a minor when she was in P4. Chief Justice Ronnie Govinden imposed the sentence due to the fact that rape, especially on children, is a serious offense and that leaves an eternal mark on the victim and the society as a whole. The fact that the former police officer had already been convicted on another case of sexual abuse recently, and also the fact that the convict was in the position where the victim's family trusted him. The victim was the convict's stepdaughter. And in the previous case against the man, in 2003, he was convicted to a 15-year sentence in prison, once again for sexual abuse of a minor. The two sentences are completely separate and consecutive, which means that the accused will serve a total of 43 years in prison, and he has 41 years left.
The National Assembly has approved the 12th Amendment to the Constitution as well as several amendments to the electoral law. The bills were presented by Vice President Ahmed Afif.
The 12th Amendment to the Constitution allows young people turning 18 years of age on election day to register prior to that date. Vice President Afif pointed out that the amendment reinforces the participation of the youth in the democratic process. Amendments to the Electoral Act includes the use of valid passports and ID cards as sole documents for voters' identification. A candidate cannot stand for both the presidential and legislative election simultaneously. And in terms of logistics, the Electoral Commission can use a ballot bag in place of a ballot box, especially for voting in the outer islands. In total, 12 amendments were made to the Electoral Act.
A survey conducted in 2023 and 2024 examined journalism practices across 75 countries, including prominent media markets like Taiwan and China, and found that journalists in Seychelles are amongst the least likely to hold a university degree. The study, led by Timothy Klein, a professor at Wenzhou Ken University and a specialist from the Fulbright in the United States, gathered responses from over 30,000 journalists worldwide. It explored various professional aspects such as freedom to select news stories, years of experience, salary levels, and educational qualifications. Timothy Klein presented the survey's findings in collaboration with representatives from the Seychelles Media Commission, the Education and Socio-Economic Research Institute at the University of Seychelles, and Professor Klein emphasized the numerous benefits of holding a university degree.
This is not a measure of quality, right? It is one metric about the skills that journalists bring to their field. We should not make the mistake of thinking quality, degree equals quality, no degree does not equal quality. It's one factor that goes into being knowledgeable.
Seychelles has welcomed the first of 5 seasonal charter flights by Sichuan Airlines from Chengdu, China this morning. In November last year, the first Sichuan Airlines chartered flight tested the local market. The new flights, which are scheduled weekly throughout this month of July, are the result of ongoing collaboration between the Seychelles government, the Chinese embassy, and the tourism stakeholders. The initiative aims to boost tourism, business, and cultural exchange while aligning with Seychelles' strategy to diversify its tourism markets, especially towards Asia. Tourism officials expect a significant increase in Chinese visitors, and they are enhancing marketing and industry training to support the new connection. And with this, we end this news summary. Thank you for watching.